Since day one, I've been a East nigga, you know what I'm saying? Lately things are changing, and I'm turning into a chief nigga, you know what I'm saying? Chief season. See it, it's part of the season. I'm a cuddle, I'm chiefin'. Hit it for water, I'm breathing. Hit it in keys, I'm easy. Pull up on you like a Jesus. Yeah, you know I got the heat. Give me wealth and education. My daughter rich up in the mansion. I put more than money on the table. Stunning hundreds for the payroll. I ain't even airing no cable. The fame ain't nothing but a fable. But I'm a rocket with a halo. I ain't got it out the mud, ayy, cause I be coming from above, ayy. Heaven sent, I'm cinematic, I ain't innocent. Cheat the finesse, so diligent. Better check yourself with humility. Don't break yourself in the guillotine. Believe it's defeat in the land of the heathens. I'm rocking the chain like I'm in the legions. But I'm down for the legion. Keep telling the truth, but they never believe me. I'm still on my car, I'm chief and I mean it's it. Big, I'm in sure I'm sanga. Saga ya vili sa panda, we breaking the bond, ayy. Bust us vesa by the morning, cause I'm trying to get my money long, ayy. I'ma sit up my comments, then back up your throne, ayy. It's part of the season. I'm a Mikado, I'm chiefin'. Hit over water, I'm breathing. And then the keys, I'm season. Pull up on you like a Jesus. Yeah, you know I got the
What up, everyone? This is Exposure Hour. I'm your new presenter. I am Godessa, and we are proudly sponsored by CMR, Money Talks, and obviously Exposure Hour. So I am here on backstage, I'm here with
Your boy DJ Kada SA, you know what
DJ
it
Kara
is.
SA. I keep forgetting. I am new. I am your new host. I'm your new presenter. We are on episode 10 now, right?
Wow,
We are
yeah,
on episode 10, and we're gonna be talking about a whole lot of things. We're gonna have a whole lot of guests, and I hope you will enjoy me as your new presenter. So today we have our guest Fliza, aka Siabonga Mchali, aka the deity, aka he is the entrepreneur, he is an artist, he is a producer, he is, you name it, a financial advisor. So we're going to be talking about money, music, and everything, you name it. So
Boo,
yeah,
boo, boo, boo.
wow, welcome.
thanks.
And I also feel very welcome. As you know, I'm also new here and I feel good, even with the merch. And he is here also. It's exciting because I'm a bit nervous, but it's gonna be okay. Please also like, subscribe, hit the bell button if you're new in Exposure Hour. And also, if you're interested in getting the CMR merch, please contact
Kada SA, your
Kore
boy.
SA. And I'm also on my social media. I'm on Facebook as Jessie Godessa and Instagram as I am Godessa. So, flies out, see ya.
I
The
go with
deity.
Fly the Deity.
Fly the deity for your music.
I can say just as my artistic brand name, I can say.
And what about your other um backflows, journeys?
So with the other ventures I do, I go by the name as Jali Finance. So that's when I do anything in related to finance because I'm a financial advisor. So my entrepreneur name is basically Mjali Finance. I go by
Jolly
that name.
Finance.
Yeah.
Okay, so entrepreneur name Jolly Finance, and music artistic it's Flies at the Deity.
Fly the Deity.
And then streetwise
Streetwise, I'm just Flizer.
you just Flies.
Yeah, I go by the name Flizer.
And then homewise
Homewise, I'm Sia.
you see ya.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of homewise, what's your background? Where did you grow up? Because I know you from La Ekasia Whiteview. So the background, the true story to that, what is it?
So my background, I'll start off as, like you said, my name is Sabonga Wagamchali, and then I'm a 23-year-old who grew up in Crystal Park, And currently I'm staying in Wadville.
23, but I searched you 1999. You so wish you were 2000, eh? Hey, bathanda ama 2000, eh? Eh? Namanga manje.
You sometimes you have to cut your age, nyanga.
Cut your age.
Nyanga.
Ah,
But
come
I'm
on.
around there. 23.
I wish I could cut my age, but I am going to be honest. I'm a 2000. I'm a Pisces, born 18 March 2000. Anyway, so your music journey, where did you start? Where did you go about? Because I know you have a track that's out called Chief Season, but it's not completely streamed that much. And
Yeah.
also you have a Facebook page which is the
Book of the Deity.
Book of the Deity and the Deity. I don't understand. How many pages exactly do you have?
So it's only 2 pages. The one page is the Mjali finance page where I deal with my finances, and then it's Book of the Deity.
Book of the Deity.
Yeah, so that's where I publish my artistic works.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is exposure hour, so we are going to take an hour with our guest, and I'm going to interview him and go through all the secrets, through all the exposure of the industry. And right now it's what? 16:36. And we have an hour starting now. So my question is, how was it actually to change from music and entrepreneurship? What exactly got you to come about that?
So starting my path, my music career path, I started on the streets basically as a battle rapper, and then from there I started doing studio work, and then from doing like studio recording and stuff like that, I got into a crew which was Amen Fam. So the problem there was that all of us were basically like rappers, so it was 6 of us. So I felt as if having 6 of us in a single crew doing the same thing, just rapping, wasn't bringing enough money or bringing enough art for people. You understand? So what inspired me to take my entrepreneurship path was the fact of lacking other different types of skills in the crew. So the first thing I started with was producing, because we never had a producer. We depended on other people to make beats for us. So I suggested, why not start making beats, you understand, for the crew,
But
to bring something to the table.
That actually kind of separated you guys, because obviously in a crew, I mean, there's always scandal, there's always jealousy, there's always beef in some sort, competition. Who was your most competition in your crew?
My most competition in the crew was Reggie Knoxman. So Reggie Knoxman was one person I could say he's giving me a competitive edge, you understand, in the crew. But he's still more of a rapper, you understand. But right now I feel like I'm ahead, because I actually do production. I do also rapping. Sometimes I do video editings and stuff like that. So
yeah, and it actually kind of inspired him to make some scandal also with Quentin Shaba.
So this the scandal happened when we were trying to do a venture when it came to a clothing brand. So the clothing brand was Pride. So what happened? They were basically fighting over the capital. Who was the one who brought the capital for the company, and who's getting what shares?
You were also part of it.
So I wasn't part of that part of the venture in the crew. So it was only just Quentin Shaba and Reggie Knoxman who were doing that. So they had their own altercations, and then they separated, and now the brand is not even getting pushed that much.
Okay, that's fine. That's gonna come in the next episode, which is in episode 11, right, Mr. Producer?
Yeah.
And we're gonna get the juicy details out of the Pride merch in their crew, including Quentin Shaba, no Reggie Knox. Who else was in this crew? It was Addition the First, and
so when the crew started, it was just Quentin Shaba and Reggie Knoxman. But
before they were the only members in the crew. There used to be more members that I don't really know who were the members, but there was actually more members, and the crew broke apart, and then it was only them who were left on the crew. So I joined the crew just after that. So it was me, Reggie Knoxman, and then Quentin Shaba. And then later on, as we started pushing, we wanted to bring, what can I say, more music into the crew. So we started pulling in people like Edition the First, who was part of the crew, and then also White Dog. So we ended up being 6 of us basically in the crew. But after a while, there was, I wouldn't say a scandal, but there was miscommunication, you understand? But personally, I feel Edition the First and White Dog weren't supposed to be in the crew because things were fine at the time. But as soon as they came in, we started having miscommunication. What I believe caused that is maybe they weren't putting their full hearts into
Definitely.
the crew. They weren't representing the crew.
Even in the events and stuff, it was kind of hard.
Yeah, it was kind of hard.
And that's the same thing with even the merch that you guys were trying to put in.
Yeah.
What I did my research on is that Quinton Shaba was the one who put in the capital, but Reggie Knox was the one who wanted to claim the whole
because
thing.
he wanted to claim it because of he was the brand designer basically. He designed the logos and created the name and everything. So Tabiso just contributed the capital to it. So I think that's where the miscommunication came in.
Yeah.
But they were supposed to find a better way to deal with it instead of just like leaving it all together.
Okay. So never mind that. That's another topic for the next episode. Now I want to speak to you about your real crew, which is the Black Consciousness from Wordsworth High, right?
Yeah, from Wordsworth High. So
and that, I feel personally, it was a huge political movement and a music movement. It was like a whole thing in one, such as yourself. Please tell me about that.
So Black Consciousness movement was inspired by the Black Consciousness movement of Steve Biko. But we don't really do political stuff. We basically do music and promoting freedom of expression in music, because I see music as a form of expression.
And that was one way to actually make a difference in Wordsworth, because apparently Wordsworth had a history of racism, and
so that's part of the reason why we started the Black Consciousness movement at Wordsworth, because there was a racism scandal basically there with a principal that was there being racist against black pupils in the school, and like forcing them to wash telling them their hair smells and forcing them to wash
bleaching
their hair
their
with
hairs
liquid.
even
With sunlight liquid and stuff like that. So that's what pushed us, because it even went viral. It was on the news and everywhere. So what that made us realize is that we were basically being what can I say, limited or marginalized as the black students in the school, because the school used to be an all-white school, and at the time when it was still an all-white school, they used to wear a maroon uniform, you understand? And then it changed from being an all-white school wearing maroon, and then they started mixing races in the school, and then they started changing the uniform to blue. So we've always had racial problems or racism problems in the school with teachers and the principal, most of all. So the principal got expelled from the school, and then from there we were basically, as a Black Consciousness movement, trying to find our way through the system of the school in changing it so it could suit us as black pupils in the school, because we felt as if it wasn't fit for our identities as black students in the school.
Okay, so when you guys actually accomplished these suits and these trades, and you ended up even having a black principal,
so
did it make a difference?
Yes, it did make a difference, because we actually had our first black principal, and also now there's a new principal who's also she's a black female. So I feel like the the movement actually did its job.
Okay,
Because-
never mind having a black principal.
Yeah.
Never mind that. I'm talking about the system. Did the system change? Did it make a difference with in terms of academics, sports, culture, and history of the school?
I can say yes, it did. It brought a new history for the school. But at the time, while we were still pushing the movement in the school, uh, because of what we were pushing, a lot of things were taken away from us, like sports and stuff like that. So it was seen as us being corrupt in the school. In the school, sorry. So they took away extramurals from us. So there was no soccer anymore and stuff like that because of the whole altercations happening in the school. But I feel like what can I say? What we were doing as Black Consciousness Movement, we weren't just doing it for us to change the system for ourselves, but for every black student or any race of students who's gonna come after us. And I think that worked properly. But at the time we were still pushing the movement. We never got to see the fruits of the things we were working on for the
what
movement.
year was this when it started?
Because I joined Black Consciousness Movement grade 9, so that was 2015. Yeah, 2015. So that's where it started.
For you?
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah.
the
For me, it started for 2015. So the crew.
So you joined the crew 2015.
2015.
So the crew is older than 2015. That's
yeah,
what
it's
you're
older
saying.
than 2015. It started way before we even started schooling there.
Yeah, because
So it was started by the matric students that were matriculating at the time. We were still in grade 8. So they started it before us.
And then did they recruit you guys, or you just?
They recruited us, yes, as the next generation of the Black Consciousness Movement. So
Is there a next generation right now of the?
I'm hoping, but we never
You don't even know.
we never
Wow.
really recruited. We never really recruited, but we had younger students who were inspired by the things that we were doing. And that's why I also still feel it actually did work, but it didn't work for us, but it worked for the generation that was after us, because they were also being inspired and understanding the whole idea that we were trying to push for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear that, guys? We are on Exposure Hour. If you're new, please like, subscribe, and press the notification button. And if you old in this whole Exposure Hour and you've been watching us, kindly share on all social media platforms, including YouTube, and also hashtag and all that stuff, even on Twitter. Please help us push our Exposure Hour. And as you can hear from Flizer here, that even on the 21st century, music is pushing a whole lot of politics in schools and in reality of everything in background, even including in life in general, like work. People also have like problems or things to say with work, like Quentin Shaba himself. He works very hard for his music. You're gonna hear that on the next episode. So I also hear Words with High. It's Words with High, ne?
Yeah.
Words with High even changed their uniform. Even now, they have a new uniform now.
Oh yeah. So it's a third change.
It's a third change. From maroon to blue to they have like
A mix of white and blue. Yeah.
White and blue. I think it's the skirts that are changed, ne?
Yeah, the skirts for the girls. Yeah.
Producer, did you hear?
No, it's my first time, but I think I noticed that I didn't know which school is that.
Oh.
But
Okay.
I noticed it.
Okay, shush. Anyway, so never mind. Okay, we covered the whole drama of the school and the Black Consciousness movement and everything. Now let's talk about you as an individual. How did you come about with music? How did you start? What motivated you to begin with music? What did you do? Because I know your father was the one who provided you with equipment for you to basically have a hobby, right? Because what I've also learned is that you were a soccer player also.
Yeah.
You used to win medals Right. Where are the medals?
The medals are at home. So yeah, I used to be a soccer player in primary school, and then I played for the juniors there, and then up until the senior phase in primary. And then from there, when I started high school, I quit doing
Because of the movement.
yeah, because of the movement.
Not
yeah.
only that, you were like a stoner. You were
Yeah,
a cool
ish.
guy. Girls used
Was
to
a
go
stoner.
crazy over you.
But it wasn't really about trying to be popular and stuff like that. The popularity came with the work that we were putting in and people showing the interest in the crew. So my journey with music, like I said, started with battle raps, but I was basically inspired by my dad to pursue music as a kid because I got a keyboard from my dad when I was about 9. But at the time, I still couldn't play it. I only learned how to play it now. Understand? I used to doodle around with it. So I was basically inspired by my dad to pursue music. And then what inspired me to pursue the rap music was basically my interest in poetry, but not entirely poetry. But what can I say? One artist who inspired me was Joey Beres. So at the time, I think it was around about 2015 or 14. Yeah, when he released his album 1999. So that album inspired me because it brought back that boom bap feeling and old school type
Joey
of feel.
Perez comes on. I know him also as a designer now. Even
Yeah.
I didn't know he's that long in the game.
Yeah, he's been in the game and inspiring like the
He
Brooklyn
looks
scene
young.
and
Like
stuff
how
like
old
that.
is he?
Probably now approaching his 30s, 28 or somewhere around there.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So he inspired me to actually pursue like rapping because I was already doing poetry also. So when I started, I wasn't even doing things like reciting someone's lyrics and stuff like that. I actually made my own lyrics from the get go. That's how inspired I was at the time because what can I say? That was the feel I was looking for because I already had the skills, but the feel I was looking for in the industry from a professional was that boom bap feel and old school feel. So seeing him do that style in 2014, it showed me Guti, I can also still do the style that I love. You understand? And people are still gonna listen to. And if you look at it, a lot of artists who do like proper rap internationally also are getting most of the support from here in South Africa.
In South Africa,
so a lot of artists who are doing this modern music, trap, drill, and stuff like that are only getting proper recognition or overseas states. So most people are still paying attention to that. So now that whole scene has been pushed all the way here in South Africa and even some parts in Africa.
That is quite interesting. Myself, as a former rapper, I would never ask an artist, who is your favorite rapper? Or who inspired you to be the best rapper ever? As he says, he basically saw Joy Badass as like an example, or like you looked up to him basically.
Yeah. And at the time it inspired me a lot more because he was young when he started that.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was very young. So I was thinking a young guy like this doing an old school like rap style. It was mind blowing to me. I can also do this.
Well, to be honest, it always starts somewhere when it comes to basically seeing yourself in line of the journey. Because Nami myself, I was a netball player, the best netball player. I also even got invited to become like a provisional netball player. And then I explored many different departments, which is modeling, events. I was Miss Whiteville in 2015. Also radio. And then I also started working with like fiber companies. I'm a financial advisor. And now I'm also part of this podcast. It's exciting, don't you think?
That's exciting.
It's so exciting to be part of this podcast. Please, if you're new, like, subscribe, hit the bell button for notifications. And if you're still watching with us, please kindly share. and I am your new host. I am Godessa. You'll find me on Instagram as I am Godessa and on Facebook as Jessie Godessa. So, Mr. Fleiser, your socials. I just mentioned mine. Can you also mention yours?
So my socials, my Facebook page is Book of the Deity, book with caps, and then of the deity, the as DADEITY. So
Okay.
Book of the Deity. And then on another page on Facebook, I go as Charlie Finance, and then on Instagram you find me as Already Crowned XX, and on Twitter I with my Twitter not yet,
Not
guys.
everyone likes to.
not
I
yet.
don't have Twitter myself. I don't think I want Twitter, but we'll see how the journey goes, because in this industry I know for damn sure I'm gonna need Twitter, and I'm also gonna need trolls. We're all gonna need these trolls. We're gonna need these haters. We're gonna need the supporters. So when it comes to money, ne guys, we know for damn sure that there's always something when it comes to money. We just covered that his Amen Fam team had an issue with money, and that's when miscommunication happens. Money brings in miscommunication, or it can bring happiness, or it can bring problems, it can bring anything. Do you have a daughter or a son?
Yeah,
Or a child or children?
I have a 3-year-old daughter. She's turning 3 September. Her name is Luna. Yeah.
Is she using your surname, or she's using the mother's surname?
She's still using the mother's surname. I haven't done my part really.
Why?
It's financial issues. I've been
You see?
supporting her from.
You see, producer,
Yeah.
producer, am I that good or not? Eh? So, Mr.
So
Mtali.
I've been supportive from the get-go, from since she was born and stuff like that. But right now I'm facing financial issues because I still have Guting Shaule and stuff like that for her to use my surname. So I'm still trying to put that together.
The Mtali surname has a huge history. Can you please tell me about that history?
Oh, so the Mjali surname, as you guys know, it's a Zulu tribe. They're part of the Zulu tribe, but the history goes way back. They basically part of the families that transitioned from being Zulu into Ndebeles. So the Ndebele royals, what can I say? They descended from the Kumalo family, and the Kumalo families are basically like descendants of the Mjalis. So, I haven't done my research properly with the history with that, but I think there was altercations with the families there, and then my family had to separate, and they migrated towards the eastern side of South Africa, towards Mpumalanga, and then that's where the whole Ndebele tribes and stuff started, and that's why we have Ndebele tribes.
Yeah,
today.
well, yeah, I think in all African cultures that happens, right?
Yeah, it's true.
You are a
Tswana.
you Tswana.
Yeah.
Okay, Tswana. I don't really know about Tswana. I don't wanna know really. But myself, I'm Ngwenya. I'm a Swati, and I also come from a Dlamini bloodline. When it comes to my grandmother's side, I don't know my grandmother because she didn't really raise my mom. There's always, some tension when it comes to royal tribes, even when it comes to Zulu and mix Ndebele and all those clans. There's always something to do with that. I just said that, I'm a Dlamini and a Ngwenya, but with my mom, I'm not sure about her mother's side, but I know her siblings, and my mom is the eldest. I'm the eldest too, eldest great-granddaughter. You?
My dad was born into a polygamist family.
Oh.
But he's
So you're not a Mtali?
I am Mtali. Because I inherited the surname, but my original surname is Zumthetwa. So as my dad was born in a polygamous family, there was marriage problems that happened along the
Ugh.
lines, and then my Oma got married to my Mjali grandfather.
That's
so
the
that's how I
thing
inherited the
about.
Mjali surname.
I personally, sorry, but I have to say this. That's how I feel about a polygamy, guys. It doesn't always go well. Sometimes it does. I'm not gonna say that a polygamy is bad. It does bring families together, but in your case, it seems like it did something else.
Yeah, it
Your
did.
original grandfather,
Yeah.
which is your grandmother's first husband,
Yes. She was he was a Mthetho.
he was a Mthetwa.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was his first wife, or
I'm not sure if she was the first wife or not, but I know she's the second wife with my Mjali grandfather.
with the so she entered another polygamy
Yes.
with Mjali.
Yes.
What? Okay, wait. This is I'm gonna expose now polygamy. This is crazy. Even women can do whatever they want with polygamy. Seriously?
But she wasn't the one who had the polygamy. It was my grandfathers who were in a polygamy.
So they both, but she. Okay.
Somehow I feel like they, you know, in Guni traditions, when maybe you die as the husband, sometimes your wife has to remarry with your brother or your closest relative. So from me doing research with my family history, there's a connection between the Mjalis and the Mthetwas, but they're not really brothers. You understand? So I think I understand why she married from the Mthetwas and married into the
But
Mjali family. You
were
understand?
they really were they like related, your grandfathers?
They weren't really related, but they're from the same bloodline. You can say that.
But I don't care about the bloodline, because obviously you guys have excuses for a polygamy, obviously. Did they know each other?
Yeah, they did know each other, but you know, you can't really know the truth about your family history, because abantu bakudala, like abantu abadala, they were very secretive when it came to
Yes, they're
the
very
family things. Even it wasn't even supposed to be spoken about with the family. Those polygamy matters, they weren't supposed to be spoken about.
But it shouldn't
in the
be
first place.
secretive in the first place. That's why it doesn't work out in the first place.
Ish.
Don't you think? Because now you don't know.
I feel
okay,
like it's
your dad.
yeah.
Who's his dad? The Mchali or the Mtetwa?
The Mthetwa.
So you Mtetwa.
Originally by
blood.
But by inheritance, I'm Mjali.
Why did she choose to change from Mtetwa?
I don't feel like it was her choice. It's possible there was something that happened in the marriage, and then it was discussed by the family for her to remarry into the Mjali family.
Was the ceremony that happened for him to change from Mtetwa to Mjali for your dad, basically, and his siblings?
Oh yeah, they did a proper like Nguni ceremony for him to inherit the surname.
Is
so
he the eldest of
he's the
your
eldest
mother?
son.
For your mother?
No, from my grandmother.
I
He's
mean
the
your
eldest.
grandmother, yeah.
Yeah, he's the eldest from my grandmother, so it was 2 sons only.
She only had 2 sons.
Yeah, she only had 2
with
sons.
Mtetwa.
With the Mtetwa.
And then from the Mchali?
And then when she married into the Mjali family, there was, so like I said, under my Mtetwa grandfather, he only had 2 sons, which was Wabamnanwam and then my dad. And then when my Oma married into the Mjali family, she gave birth to 3 more children, which was Baba Mnganwam and then my 2 aunts also.
Oh, so he does have sisters.
Yeah, he does have sisters, but he only has one blood brother.
Blood brother.
And then he has 1 half brother and then 2 half sisters.
Half sisters.
Yeah.
And he's doing okay with the whole situation.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
But the secrets, though, like, I still find it not okay. What's her maiden name?
My Oma.
Yeah. Do you know her surname?
Her maiden name is Konje. Konje. I forget it, bro. I need to check it on Facebook.
Okay.
But I forgot her maiden name. But she's
I-
originally Ndebele.
But
She's
I
not-
also hear that doing research, you have like a family who are famous.
Yeah. So
who is known for T-Man.
yeah. So he's my cousin.
He's
Team
your
NSA.
cousin.
Shout out to Team NSA. He's a piano producer. Yeah, and he's doing pretty well with his work. So yeah, he's my cousin, basically.
I would like to interview your so-called famous cousin on one of my episodes. Don't you
We'll
think?
hit him up and see what he says. We'll organize it for you guys.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
You think you can reach him? Are you his favorite or?
We've been distant. The last time me and him spoke was when I was still in primary. When I was about 11.
Is he older
11,
than you
12.
or?
No, we're the same age.
You're the same age.
Yeah, so the last time we spoke was when we were still kids. At the time, we were both still starting a virtual DJ. We were starting DJing and teaching each other virtual DJ and sending each other songs. So we basically started a virtual DJ together. He might have done it before me with his friends that side, but as a family, we were doing those things together and helping each other out, sending each other music and stuff like that. But he managed to actually keep that growing, and he's actually done a lot for himself when it comes to music, and now he's a well-known piano producer.
As you can see, guys, I dug deeper into his inspiration of the music, the love of the music, and the part of the music, and the juicy details of the music, which is you even having a family as a celeb T-Man. I don't know him myself, but you can check him out, and I will also check him out because obviously I might interview him.
Team NSA.
I might interview him. Hopefully he will bring him to me and I will try to behave myself. Anyway, this is Exposure Hour, and if you new, like, subscribe, hit the bell button. If you already like us and subscribe to us, please share this video, share as much as you can, even including the other videos, even though I know mine is better. See ya. See ya, welcome Charlie. We've dealt with your music. We found out your true inspiration. We've gone with your family history also, your surname. We found out you have family relatives which are famous. Is there any other family relatives who are famous in your?
I wouldn't say famous, but I have another cousin who he goes by I forgot the name. When she goes by, can I check it on Facebook?
You wanna check on Facebook?
On YouTube, I mean. Yeah. I think he's my relative. I don't really follow his name and stuff.
Wow, talking about support in the family. You know, it's also like important to support in your family.
Yeah, I do support him. We've worked together on some projects, but we're not done yet. But he has his own things too.
It's not just your dad that helped you with the pianos and everything. You also learned through DJing. You learned through.
Yeah, so it's Boy Verts. He's a producer. He's a hip hop producer. So he produced one of the tracks with MT and Roy. I forgot the track, but it's like a drill type of track. So he actually produces for Roy from Skanda World right now. Yeah, so that's one of the tracks I know he's produced with a big artist. So yeah, Boy Vert. Shout out to Boy Vert.
Okay, that's interesting. So we were talking as I mentioned, I said money can bring issues and money can bring miscommunication, money can bring happiness, it can bring everything. So basically this episode is talking about money and, you know, music and entrepreneurship. As I've mentioned also, is that Sia is also an entrepreneur. He's a financial advisor, and he's also, like myself, worked in a radio station. So how was that like?
My radio
when
experience.
your radio experience.
So what got me into radio was me trying to get my qualification in radio. So I was studying at Boston Media House, doing radio there, but I still haven't finished my qualification. But I actually got the opportunity to work for a radio station, Actonville FM, from here in Actonville, and I was presenting.
You were presenting.
Yeah, and I was also a sales representative for them at the same time. So
yeah, and I'm pretty sure the audience would even know that I was presenting with you, right? We can't even hide that fact that we've worked together before.
Yeah.
We're even trying to work together now. We pushing into the game, you know, because obviously it's hard. It's very hard out here. We're trying to even help people, because even the Exposure Hour podcast is about helping people as well. So, as a financial advisor, what motivated you to become a financial advisor?
What motivated me into becoming a financial advisor was seeing how a lot of young black individuals, weren't financially literate. They weren't educated when it comes to finances. A lot of people who are young wait until they're older to get their own financial independence, even when they have their own jobs. I understand that. So what inspired me to do that was seeing how they're not financially educated, and I actually made it my mission to do community service for people in my community, especially trying to teach them on how to invest their money and how to use their money and when is the right time to invest their money, you understand?
So you say your community, but you're not originally from Whiteville.
It's my community, it's my hometown.
You said you're from Crystal Park, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Crystal Park, but I currently stay in Whiteville.
Yeah, because it's your grandmother's place, right?
Yeah.
And your mother currently stays
she stays with us. Yeah.
Why?
We moved from Crystal Park to Whiteville because of my mother going through a divorce.
So, your mother and father going.
Yeah, so
it's not just about your mom.
Yeah, so my parents divorced, and then they had to, you know how divorces work, especially if you're married under community. When you guys divorced, everything has to get sold and things like that. So the house got sold, and I basically had to move in with my grandmother, with my mom.
So I found another motive for him to be a financial advisor, guys. He went through the same thing where his parents weren't financially literate. Am I right?
Yeah.
So they had a house together.
They had a house together, but it was a mistake that they made with them selling the house. There was always a better way of dealing with that whole situation. They could have registered the house under the name of maybe the kids, you understand? But they both had their own fears with whoever they were moving on with, you understand? And they never wanted those people to come in between us having our own home as the kids of the family. So they decided to just sell it. But I still think it was a mistake.
Yeah, not having a place where you can call home is obviously not okay, because you can't just only say La Whiteville is a kaya, and you guys' original home for your child and your siblings' children is supposed to be at Crystal Park because of your parents. You can't just go and say, okay, Whiteville is the only home that you can go to as a family, including your family. Now you're gonna be forced to build your own home because your parents made that mistake.
Yeah.
And that's actually very smart, and that's what basically inspired you also to be a financial advisor.
Financial independence.
Financially independence. And how's that like?
It's tough, guys. It's not easy, but you have to educate yourself every day. Yeah, because what I learned being in the financial industry, you learn every day. And people evolve every day. So as someone who's in the financial industry, we also have to evolve with the with our clients and communities and stuff like that.
Oh, really? And then how is it going? Like the journey so far? Is the
So far, the journey is fine because I'm working for a proper company that's actually well known. I won't mention it, but I feel like I'm not in the position that I want to be in that company. So right now, I'm in a position where I have to take a step back to just to get to a better position than what I am right now. So I have to go back to my drawing book and fix things, and then maybe, hopefully, I'll be fine.
why? Hopefully,
Hopefully,
you're a
because
financial planner. You must plan.
yeah, well, my financial
these
plans,
things.
I already have
You
proper
can't give
plans. But you
people
know what's
advice.
limiting me? What's limiting me is qualifications, because I don't have my qualifications. I have my matric, but I don't have my qualifications yet. I'm still working on them. So it's difficult for you to find a paying job when without a qualification.
A
Understand?
proper paying job.
Yeah. So I'm working for a proper company, but they're not. I'm paying myself. They're not paying me because I don't have a qualification. But if I had one, I'd be in a better position. You understand? Yeah.
Okay, that's even much interesting. So when it comes to your music, are you still working
Sorry.
there or
With my music, I was on pause, but my nigga Quinton Shaba, he forced me to come back and work on the music because he's doing a project, an EP. So he wanted to collab with me. So we're currently working on that, and we already have a song that's done now, and it's gonna be released as the debut song.
and how is that going for you? Does it bring back memories?
Yeah, it brings back memories. I understand it.
But it's just you two at the moment.
Yeah, it's just us two because with Reggie Knox, man, he's still. I feel like he's still finding himself professionally because he's not recording at the same studio we record at. Tabiso, Quinton Shaba has his own studio. I have my own. And then Reggie is recording in a different studio. You understand?
So you guys are not really.
Yeah, we're
together,
still a crew, but we're not really working together closely. Right now, it's just me and Tabiso with this project right now. But we're still going to talk more on how to bring back that whole aim and fame movement.
So what was your worst experience in the music industry?
Worst?
Yeah.
Finding gigs. Because as an artist, most of the money you make out of gigs. Streaming don't pay that much. But you make most of your money through gigs. So finding gigs is very difficult because you have to go out there and kiss people's asses, you understand? Because especially if they don't really know you or if you don't have a background in the music industry, yeah, they don't take you seriously. So you have to go around begging people and sacrificing your own pride, I understand that, just to get into the platform. And
okay, I guess that's what the miscommunication even comes from with who Reggie Knox, no Quinton. They don't know really what it takes to actually put yourself out there. They do know what it takes,
but they just need to try and work things out and get along better because they're more like brothers than just co-artists, you understand? So they're more like brothers because they grew up together and stuff like that. So yeah, they're still working things out, man.
Yeah, but never mind working things out. You must take your feelings aside when it comes to this music industry, because when you start putting your feelings in this music industry, that's when miscommunications come in and stuff. But I feel like you have more knowledge compared to them because you even became a salesperson. You had to go out there and kiss everyone's asses for them to, basically see you. And as a financial advisor, you don't really have to like kiss people's asses. It's just that these days financial advisors are not taken that seriously.
Yeah, they're not taken seriously, and a lot of people don't know what a financial advisor can do for their money. So that's what a lot of people are missing out on.
I mean, in my knowledge, financial advisors these days, they don't know anything as much as they used to back then.
Yeah, they're not getting the proper training.
Yeah.
People are skipping the training. They're taking shortcuts. And you don't take shortcuts, especially if you going to be dealing with people's financial problems and their families, because it could easily affect them and put them in a worse position than what they are already. Understand? So as a financial advisor, you need to be open to learning all the time and have an open mind, and actually don't be dedicated to making money, but be dedicated to actually changing people's lives and making a difference in community.
And that also brings a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's the dark side of the money situation. Miscommunication, bad energy. Sometimes it brings happiness, sometimes it brings joy, but sometimes it's just bringing corruption, especially in the financial industry, service. And it's hard, actually. I'm sure it's hard to be a financial advisor and take it seriously because
people.
of
It's
this
fun.
dark side.
It's fun at the same time. It's hard because people don't just give their attention to strangers. You understand? And a lot of them don't realize what you, as a financial advisor, being there and offering your services can change their lives a lot. A lot of people want to run to offices for them to fix their financial problems, and the office they just brush you off, bro. They'll tell you whatever just to get you out of that office. You understand? So a financial advisor is like a human office that you can actually even trust in, and we're regulated by the law, South African law and legislations. So yeah, we're basically like specialists in our jobs, and people don't realize that. They think we're just like agents trying to sell them in securities and stuff like that, and then run away, and then they'll never meet us ever again.
Yeah,
But we our work is all about building a relationship that is long term. You understand?
Yeah, that's the thing. People don't like really realize that there's a difference between financial advisors and sales agents because of the corruption that we have. Even in the sales, in the financial industries, there are people that corrupt. There's a lot of dark sides,
and there's a huge problem with fraud,
and they shouldn't even be getting away with it, because what I've also learned myself as a financial advisor, that we do report anti-money launderings, and even fraud is not taken lightly in
zero tolerance to
but
fraud.
It seems like some people, some financial advisors, artists, governments, and even private industries get away with these things. Money laundering, they get away with even fraud, they get away with identity thefts and all of those. But it's really sad. Anyway, this is Exposure Hour, and we are on, what time is it now? We should be almost done. And please, if you're new, subscribe, like, hit the bell button. And if you're not new, please kindly share on every platform. We are Exposure Hour podcast with CMR, Cash Money Talks Louder. Even we have caps here. And let us continue with your music. You disturbing me, producer. What is
10 minutes left.
10 minutes left. Okay, Mr. Producer. Sorry. Anyway, you disturbed me. What was I saying? Music. So, don't you have maybe like a line or lines you can share with us in your music?
You want bars?
Like spit bars.
Pardon me if I choke, guys. I haven't freestyled in a while, but I'll do it. You ready?
I mean,
okay.
I'm chilled.
Yeah, I go. Yo, I'm steady in a Philly, skinny fella, but my flow biggie. I feel like 50 got no goons with me. Royal Union, we are. Oh shit. Okay, let me just do a different one. Trick or treat, playing God when I dress up. I'm killing the masses, no gun in my dresser. I flood up the scene just to send them a message. I can't come a presser. I swear I'm so blessed. Can't be like Fady, no Remy. I'm chasing a bag and I get it. I ain't signed no papers. You watching me shred it. I'm losing the love and I'm throwing in credit. Embracing my will and I pray that you're ready. Sipping some gin, I ain't sipping no Henny.
Did you hear that, Mr. Producer? It's dope. Okay, guys. Mr. Producer, this is me asking you if you have any questions or inquiries of our guest here. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
So I did good.
Yeah, you did.
I killed it.
You killed, you killed.
Guys, you must definitely share this. We are on 73 subscribers, right?
Yeah,
Is it
72.
still
72.
72?
Yeah.
72 subscribers. We need a
On the
whole
road
lot of
to?
more.
On the road to?
250.
On the road to 250.
Or even more than that.
Even
That's why
more than
I
that.
didn't
Let's say
ask.
500.
That's why I
Let's
didn't
say
ask.
1,000.
Yeah, let's say a whole lot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I am definitely gonna hold you on that promise of T-Man joining us. And also, please, we have, as you can see, we have merch, and don't be afraid to contact Mr.
Kara AC.
Carter SA if you're interested in the merch. I know I look good in it, and I sure as hell know you would look good
How much
in
can I
it.
get the merch for?
T-shirt starts from 180. Hoodies, the tracksuit that she's wearing starts from 550.
I got it for free.
550. Aye.
Then there are
That's
others
not
that start from 4 tracksuits.
Tracksuits.
Yeah.
And then jerseys. Do you have
Jerseys.
jerseys?
Oh, jerseys. The other one that
Sweaters.
starts from sweaters. They start from 450.
Because I consider this as a hoodie.
It's
I don't know
a
the
sweater,
difference
hoodie.
between.
a hoodie. Yeah.
I don't know the difference between.
Then caps, they are 150.
Is it CMR caps only?
No,
or
even in exposure
even
hour.
exposure?
Yeah, they will be.
Okay, that is great. You see how nice it looks, even though it's winter. As you can see, they have winter wear, they have summer wear, and we are going to close up now. I am your new presenter slash director in Exposure, our podcast. Thank you, Mr. Fleiser, for joining
Valentine.
us. And we will also follow him on his platform, which is Facebook, on
Facebook, on Charlie Finance, and
Do
Book
you-
of the Deity.
Do you have YouTube also?
On YouTube, check out my YouTube channel on the Deity Hollows. DEITY HOLLOWS. Deity Hollows.
Okay, so that's about a wrap up. Thank you guys for having me with
Your boy Kara SA.
exactly.
Before we Mr. Pfizer, what I wanted to ask, like,
I
the music
did
wise.
ask you if you wanna know
No,
anything.
it just came out of nowhere.
When we're about to close, Mr. Producer.
My apologies, guys.
Okay, ask
So
away.
your music, where can they get it? Only on YouTube, or there are other platforms that they
So
can
my,
get your
my,
music,
my
or you
music
have
is available on SoundCloud and Audio Mac and YouTube. So on YouTube it's the Deity Hollows, and then on Audio Mac I go by the Deity, and also on SoundCloud I go by the Deity. DADEITY.
any project that you are currently working on?
He
So
did
like
say
I
he's
mentioned, there's a
working with-
project.
Yeah.
The title is Heavyweight, so it's a collabo project with Utabiso. So that's the one that's gonna be released as a debut. It's Heavyweight, and then there's another project I'm currently working on with Ukotesa. So we're gonna bring like a Memphis type of feel, Memphis rap feel to
What
it.
is that?
So it's a style of rap that originated in Memphis. Is it New Orleans, Memphis?
New Orleans. I don't know.
Memphis,
rest.
Tennessee. Yeah, it originated in Memphis, Tennessee. People who were doing that style were Project P, Juicy J. Juicy J's brother is Project P. So they're the people who basically started that whole sound, Project P and Juicy J. So that's the kind of feel that we're trying to bring in. Currently, people who are holding that genre up right now are Suicide Boys. So they're still holding it up, but they bringing more of a horrorcore style to it. So it's like a dark
Deadly
theme
dog.
type of thing, like a
Yeah.
horror feel to
Yeah.
it. But it's still Memphis type of feel.
I didn't want to mention anything
So
about
it's
that.
it's a new style for South Africa, that Memphis type style. So we try to bring that into the market and see how it's gonna work out for the people. And please support, guys.
So the dates have they been confirmed? Dropping
The
No.
dates haven't been confirmed yet.
I will update everyone on that details. That's why I said I didn't want to mention anything yet. So thank you again for being with us,
That's a pleasure.
and thank me for being here with Exposure Hour and CMR. Money Talks Louder. And backstage I have my producer.
Your boy Kada Isse, you know what it is.
You know what it is. Thank you. Peace out.
Young nigga killing, blood on my hands. I heard you been scheming, running out of plans. Young nigga killing, she know my pants, these bitches they tripping all up in my trans. Young nigga killing, ayy, ayy. Young nigga killing, young nigga killing, young nigga killing, ayy, ayy. Young nigga killing, ayy. Young nigga killing, blood on my hands. I heard you been scheming, running out of plans. Young nigga killing, she know my pants, these bitches they tripping all up in my trans. Young nigga killing, ayy, ayy. Young nigga killing, young nigga.